Hello there everyone, Sullivan Bart here, and welcome to more of My Little Pony Month. Before we get to the last list of the month, let me show you my next original character. This is Firesparks. Now that is out of the way, let us continue with more of My Little Pony Month with one more list. My top 10 favorite episodes. Number 10. Magical Mystery Cure. Twilight accidentally casts a spell that switches her friend's cutie marks and destinies, to which she must reverse by discovering her own magic. This is the series' first musical episode, and it's their last episode of the third season. I find this to be too good for a season finale. It should have been a series finale. Twilight having to fix a spell by discovering magic on her own, to which made her become a princess after solving it. This is where the series should end. But now there's a fourth season, and it's good for what it is. But I did wonder how there's going to be a new season when Twilight has become a princess. But as a season 3 finale, it's still as good, and the songs are a joy to listen. Number 9. Griffin the Brush-Off. A griffin named Gilda visits her friend Rainbow Dash, but Pinky finds out that Gilda is just a bully. From Pinky and Rainbow pulling pranks on everyone, to Gilda blaming Pinky for pulling pranks at a party. This episode does show what it means when having a good friend and a bad friend, as well as putting the blame on someone that they're not suspected of. Need I say more? Number 8. Read It and Weep. After breaking her wing, Rainbow Dash stays in the hospital and discovers the joy of reading, but is afraid of her friends finding out that she loves it. This is a nice little episode, showing Rainbow's excitement for new material. Even though she did get bored when she started out in the hospital, but Twilight's encouragement for her to read one of her books soon made Rainbow enjoy it because of the character in the book. Now the character in the book is named Daring Do, who is an Indiana Jones type character, finding artifacts and going through lots of peril to get it. From being bored in the hospital, to being excited about reading a book, to even sneaking into the hospital to get the book after checking out, this episode does show the power of imagination through reading. Unless there are pictures in the book, in which case you don't need your imagination. Number 7. Bridal Gossip. When the main 6 find themselves in weird conditions, they go after a zebra who they put the blame on. This is a good episode to enjoy. It has the first appearance of Zecora, and it shows the main 6 in their silly conditions. Rarity grows longer hair, Twilight's horn gets all droopy, Rainbow loses control of her flight, Applejack gets smaller, Pinky can't speak right, and Fluttershy has the voice of a man. And it's also a good episode that deals with the prejudice of others. But I'm not prejudiced, and neither should they. Number 6. Putting Your Hoof Down. Fluttershy gets advice and training from a self-help guru named Iron Will, who's a minotaur, to become more assertive. But soon Fluttershy's assertiveness goes too far, and Pinky and Rarity must help her out. From Pinky and Rarity helping Fluttershy at the market, to Iron Will's teachings, to her assertiveness fighting a mailman, to Fluttershy realizing she's a monster, to Iron Will wanting his pay for the training. This episode is a nice little trip at showing what happens when one's assertiveness goes too far. Again, need I say more? Number 5. Lesson 0. Twilight must learn a lesson about friendship, or else she will be tardy for missing a week with Celestia. This episode shows Twilight at her craziest and panickiest. She forgets to learn a lesson about friendship, which causes her to go crazier and crazier, to the point of creating a doll for the Cutie Mark Crusaders to fight over. But her fears of what happens if she doesn't turn in a report made it a little better for her. For Celestia knows that Twilight is doing well, to which she ends up appointing not just Twilight, but the rest of the main 6 to learn a lesson about friendship. It's a funny little episode that shows what happens when one's fear and panic consumes her. Duh, take that away! Number 4. Green Isn't Your Color. Rarity has Fluttershy as her dress model to impress a fashion photographer named Photo Finish. But Photo ends up using Fluttershy as her dress model, making Fluttershy more popular than Rarity. This is a nice episode that deals with fame, wanting it and not wanting it. Photo Finish and everyone else are more into the model than the dress. Fluttershy hates all the fame she's getting. Rarity is happy to see Fluttershy getting attention, even though she wanted it more. And Twilight tries to help both of them out, even when Fluttershy and Rarity told her their secrets and not to each other. And every time Twilight tries to spill the beans, Pinkie always comes up to remind her not to tell. Plus, this is one of the few episodes where some of the scenes take place at a spa. I like to be in a spa like that. Next episode. Number 3. A Friend Indeed. Pinkie tries to make a donkey, named Cranky Doodle Donkey, one of her friends, but Cranky refuses, leaving Pinkie to become a pest to him. This episode is an enjoyable one. It has Pinkie at one of her wackiest, it has a nice little cutout animation, it has a sweet ending, and it has my favorite song, Smile, Smile, Smile. Again, need I say more? Number 2. Mystery on the Friendship Express. Pinkie tries to solve a mystery on who has eaten the cake that she was guarding. This is a really fun episode. It manages to have lots of references when Pinkie is solving the crime. Pinkie and Twilight are dressed as Sherlock Holmes and Watson, and having each of the chefs mistaken for something they're not. One chef is mistaken for a 1920s villain, another is mistaken for a James Bond type character, and another is mistaken for a ninja. All these references that Pinkie comes up with are funny to watch. And the sweets that the other chefs have brought look really good, like a donut city, a chocolate mousse that's really a mousse, and some eclairs. It's a fun little mystery episode, and a delicious one as well. And my number 1 favorite episode is Luna Eclipsed. Princess Luna pays a visit in Ponyville during Nightmare Night, but finds it hard to fit in until Twilight comes to help. The series has done a few holiday episodes: Valentine's Day, which they call Hearts and Hooves Day, Christmas Eve, which they call Heartswarming Eve, and Halloween Night, which they call Nightmare Night. But the reason I find this to be my favorite episode is because of Luna. We get to see more of her in this episode than in the previous ones, and she still manages to be beautiful and cute. As for the holiday itself, it's a really fun one. It's really nice to see all the characters in their costumes and what they represent, even though we never see Fluttershy's costume and Rarity never makes an appearance. But as a whole, the episode is fun, it's enjoyable to watch, and it shows more of my favorite secondary character. This is my favorite episode for all those reasons. And those are my top 10 favorite episodes. I hope you enjoyed this list, and tune in next week for a conclusion of My Little Pony Month.